Is Obama going to jail? So, newly classified documents just dropped, and they accuse President Obama and senior officials of orchestrating a years long coup to sabotage Trump's 2016 win. But could Obama actually face charges? Let's break it down. Oh, and if this is meant to distract us from the Epstein files, y'all, it's not working. I haven't forgotten, and I'm going to keep talking about it. On July 18th, DNI Tulsi Gabbard released evidence alleging that Obama, Biden, and top intelligence officials manipulated the narrative around Russian election interference to justify investigating Trump. Internal memos show the intel community originally said that there was no clear intent by Russia to alter the vote outcome, but that changed at the request of the president. Suddenly, a new narrative was created and leaked to the press. That narrative became the basis for the Mueller investigation. According to Gabbard, this was a coordinated effort at the highest levels to undermine the incoming administration. That's not just political drama, y'all, that's potentially criminal. Here's how this could actually turn into charges. First, the DOJ review. The documents have been sent over to the Department of Justice. The prosecutors will assess whether there's enough evidence to bring charges like abuse of power, conspiracy against rights, obstruction of justice, possibly even sedition or treason, though those are a long shot. And they may get a special counsel or grand jury because of the political sensitivity. The DOJ might appoint a special counsel or send it to a grand jury for investigation. But could Obama be arrested? Here's the thing. Trump was indicted and convicted, so no, indicting a former president is not uncharted anymore. But charging a former president for what they did while in office as part of their presidential duties, that is. It would raise huge constitutional questions about executive privileges and separation of powers. Obama's defense would likely argue these were national security decisions and not crimes. Prosecuting him would set a new precedent that presidents can be held criminally liable for how they use their power. Which I'm totally okay with, and I think everyone else should be. Everyone should be held liable for what they do. So, look, I'm not saying this is not serious. It is very serious, but let's not pretend this timing is random. Big stories like this always seem to break when something else is getting too hot. And right now, that something else is the Epstein files. I haven't forgotten the client list. I haven't forgotten the sealed testimony, the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for trafficking children to no one. I haven't forgotten about the victims. If you think this new Obama story is going to make us stop asking questions about Epstein, then you are wrong. I'm not dropping it, and neither should you. It is one of the most explosive abuses of power in American history, but whether it leads to real accountability is still to be determined. And no matter how loud this gets, I'll still be here asking the quiet questions that they don't want us to ask, starting with, where's the Epstein list? Follow for the breakdowns you won't hear on the news.